Shalom, and welcome to another installment of Elders of GMS, giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Today is going to be another open forum. Basically, we didn't come up with anything this week, doing a lot of running around and things. You know, life is busy, you know. Besides, when you're pushing to work, there's a lot of things that Satan's always messing with you, you know. But basically, like I said, it's an open forum, and today's date is November. Can't believe it's November. November 10th, 2012. Before you know it, a couple more weeks, we'll be doing the end of the end of the year show. You know, so things are moving quick. As you know, if you didn't know, if you were hiding under the rock for the last 2 weeks, Barack Hussein Obama is back in office. And I mean, when I saw it, you know, I was watching it, and they said the projected winner was Barack Hussein Obama, and this guy, Romney, just bowed out. He wasn't mad, he wasn't upset. So I said, man, this is a big setup, man. That was just as Joe Salenti says, he says he calls that whole presidential race reality show. And when he started saying that, every time I see a debate, I said that's part of the damn reality show. That's all it is. Basically, they should have had those guys on Donald Trump's show, and he just go, you're fired, you're fired. Barack Hussein Obama, you're hired. Oh, speaking of this guy, Donald Trump, this guy's a real buffoon. He's a real clown, you know. But that's what you get when you think you're Mr. Know-It-All, and you think that you're the voice of God. You come out looking like a buffoon. All right. This guy's basically calling for a revolution. This guy's a real idiot, man. He's actually caused a revolution. He wants the people to rise up and take the country down. This is Donald Trump, you know. Dude's a real clown, man. You know. But anyway, you know, we're going with the Spirit. Any brothers got the scriptures? There's nothing in my mind right now. I'm just talking until the Spirit throws something in my head. You know, like I said, the biggest thing was Barack Obama being reelected to the presidency. Another big thing in the news, which was like mainly last week, week and a half ago, was this tornado. Hurricane Sandy, and it was so big in the news that I had to do a series on it while Elder Gabar and Elder Rimlob was out there in Texas with the GMS Texas camps, and they had put some shows together, you know. But this thing is coming to a head, and the beautiful thing about this truth, one indication to know that you in this truth is you look forward to the weekend. You look forward to doing the show. You look forward to going out speaking in the camp. You look forward to pushing this knowledge, man. You know, you're into it. You like doing it. All right? All right, go ahead.
Luke 21 and 25. It says, "And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring." That's all your so-called natural disasters, because it says signs in the sun and in the moon and the stars. Those are your shooting stars, your solar eclipses, your lunar eclipses, which are all signs or signs in the heavens of things to come. It says, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity. And you see that happening all throughout the Middle East. There's distress of nations with perplexity, all throughout the certain parts of the East Coast. Esau is perplexed; they're distressed. And all it is, they only been inconvenienced for a couple of maybe a couple of weeks. I mean, that just show you that Esau, they can't handle adversity. Jacob's been dealing with adversity all their life. The minute Esau gets into some type of adversity, if it ain't done in a couple of hours or a couple of days, they just start losing it. It says, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. So that's how you know we're coming to the head, to a head, because when you see all these things happening, that's and especially coming one after the other, that's a sign that the Lord Yahweh Shai is on his way. So once these things are fulfilled to a certain point, then you're going to see him coming through the air, you know, and then you're going to really see some real hell upon the earth.
Yeah, the Lord is really getting ready to do his thing, man, you know. I mean, Obama's in there, and Obama, like I said, I believe that Obama was going to be put back in there, but they made it seem so close. You know, it was neck and neck. But that's part of the drama of that whole presidential reality show. All right, I'm going to have to steal that line from Gerald Celente, okay, because that was something good that he said. But and the reason why I thought that he would be put back in there, because if Romney was so-called elected the president, or selected the president, you would really have to wait until January 20th before he got in office, because he would have to swear in on the 20th. Then there's celebrations. And then basically, really, February, he would really get into his thing. Now, being that Barack Obama is in office, it's business as usual, man. He doesn't have to wait. He can pass rules. You can see it in his face, man. You can see he probably was surprised, because I guess the illuminated ones don't tell you at the last minute. They'll say, hey, you know what? You're going to lose. They wait till the last 2 days or whatever, or that day they kind of pull you to the side, you know, because they don't got to, the illuminated ones don't got to tell them what the hell's going on, because after Obama got back in, they showed him with a big Kool-Aid smile on the face. They kept showing this one scene of him and his wife. His wife had a big Kool-Aid smile on her face. The 2 kids, Sasha and Malia, had a big Kool-Aid smiles on their face. You know? And you know, I read something a couple of weeks back about how many rooms are in the White House. If I'm not mistaken, I think there's like 132 rooms, something like that, in the White House. I don't have the exact number, but I believe it's more than 100 or 124 rooms or something like that. That's, you got a house that you're living in, and you got 100 plus rooms. You know you're gonna have at least 10 bathrooms, right? You know, or more. I mean, you can go in the room, you know, each day go in the room, and basically the next time you hit that first room might be 3 months down the road. In a year, you can go to that one room one time if you stay in each room every night. You know, so he's living in a mansion, man. He's on top of the world.
I know many of you.
You know, King. They call being the president. He's president of the free world. All right, so they put the word world in there, the whole oikomeni, in the oikomeni sense of the word. He's basically a king, because that's what a president is. A president is a king, because the president, at the end of his term of office, he's able to pardon people. You can be an ex-murderer, man. You're facing the death penalty. If the president say, you know what, he's a good guy, I'm going to pardon him. That's an act of a king. So really, the president is a king. Okay, so he's sitting there on the throne. All right? But anyway, changing gears a little bit, we can come back into this. But I had said that earlier that you got to love doing this. You got to look forward to doing this. You got to want to do this. This got to be a part of you. You know how you're on a job and you love that job and you said, I'd work this job for free. Well, what we're doing, we love doing. This is in our spirit. This is our whole. This is a way of life. This is our whole life. All right. This is our whole being. This is what we think about. And then now people running up to me saying, "Oh, I know you, the YouTube guy. You the GMS guy." That happened to me last night. This Jake came up and I was asking him a question, and he said, "First of all, brother, you're famous." I said, "What are you talking about, YouTube?" He said, "Yep, you're the YouTube guy." And I shook his hand, hugged him. We spoke for a minute, you know. But I mean, that goes with the territory, all right? But anyway, let's go to 1 Corinthians, the 9th chapter. The whole chapter is good. 14 verse.
1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 14. Even so hath the Lord ordained that they which preach the gospel shall live of the gospel.
Read that again.
Even so hath the Lord ordained that they which preach the gospel.
Do we preach the gospel? Yes.
Should live of the gospel.
What does that mean, live of the gospel? When you jump back, go back to, go to the 9th verse.
Okay, verse 9. For it is written in the law of Moses, thou shalt not muzzle the mouth of the ox that treadeth out the corn.
Go to the 4th verse.
Have we not power to eat and to drink? Have we not power to lead about a sister, a wife, as well as other apostles, and as the brethren of the Lord and Cephas? Or I only and Barnabas, have not we power to forbear working? What
do you say? Have not we power to forbear working? Do you know what that means? That the apostles, the elders, now we are also apostles, do we not have the power to forbear working? Forbear working meaning, do we not have power where we shouldn't have to work, where the people that have learned from us are supposed to give us enough that we supposed to sustain ourselves, where we can make a living off of that? That's in the scripture. So you got guys that buck up. Yeah, you guys always ask for money, which we don't always ask for money. We never ask for money. We ask in the general sense that you're supposed to pay your tithes, which a lot of you guys don't even do. There's a lot of you guys in GM. There's a lot of niggas in GMS, man. There's a lot of demons in GMS. And before this society goes down, a lot of you guys are going to be found out, man. A lot of you guys are getting weak. A lot of you guys are having second thoughts. All right. And if you're not of the elect, just because you're down with GMS does not mean you're part of the elect. And what's the brother from Texas? His Hebrew name? Element's Hebrew name? Ahmad Shaba Allah said that a couple of times, man. You know? Yeah, this is a serious thing. A lot of you guys at first it was good to you. Now it's kind of a chore. If this thing becomes a chore to you, man, then there's a good chance that you're not of the elect. All right, go ahead.
It says, who goeth a warfare any time at his own charges?
Yeah, because we're going out to war. When we go out there and we speak on the highways and the byways, anything can happen, man. Somebody can come out, bring out a 9 or AK-47 or anything, man. You know, the cops can just roll up for no reason and just arrest us. There's all kind of shit and we went through shit like that, man. We had fights back in the day every damn week. All right, go ahead.
It says, who planteth a vineyard and eateth not of the fruit thereof? Or who feedeth a flock and eateth not of the milk of the flock? Say I these things as a man, or saith not the law the same also? For it is written in the law of Moses, thou shalt not muzzle the mouth of the ox that treadeth out the corn. Doth the Most High take care for oxen? Or saith he it altogether for our sakes? For our sakes no doubt this is written, that he that ploweth should plow in hope, and that he that thresheth in hope should be partaker of his hope. If we have sown unto you spiritual things, is it a great thing if we reap your carnal things?
Read that again.
If we have sown unto you spiritual things.
What are the spiritual things? The breakdowns. All right? The different breakdowns that we taught you. And just because you got these breakdowns, you say, well, I don't need the elders no more. I can do. No. You're part of this. You're part of this bond, man. Part of this body, man. And when we was up under Mo and Ariana and them, hey, when I had money, brother, they were lacking for nothing. You know? When they needed something, they were lacking for nothing. Go ahead.
It said, is it a great thing if we shall reap your carnal things? If others be partakers of this power over you, are not we rather? Nevertheless, we have not used this power, but suffer all things, lest we should hinder the gospel of Yahushai.
Yeah, we don't stomp that to the ground. You know, like the preachers, they always asking for money. We don't come to you putting a guilt trip on you about, look, you got to send $1 more. You know, but you're supposed to. So that's what Paul is saying right there. And he was basically, this was addressed to the church of Corinth because they were hard-headed. they had a problem with every goddamn thing. They wanted the women to be on top, you know. They wanted to keep Greek customs, you know. Because back then, before they got this truth, they were popping each other's wives. They were wife swapping and stuff like that. They were doing all kind of, some of them were faggots. They were doing all kind of shit, man. You know? And I'll read that again.
It says, if others be partakers of this power over you, are not we rather? Nevertheless, we have not used this power, but suffer all things, lest we should hinder the gospel of Yahushua. Do ye not know that they which minister about holy things live of the things of the temple?
That means we're supposed to be freed up. That's what that means. You know? Like sometimes we'll put up a series of videos, and it might take 3 or 4 days to put up them videos because you got to do post-production. A lot of you that haven't did post-production, you know, sometimes you can just throw shit together without no love in it. And then sometimes you can take your time and listen to each part of the lesson and rewind back and look for the proper picture, the proper video, you know. And you want to dress it up nice, you know. Takes time. So you got people that make comments like, you know, no, this is only a 10-minute video, y'all. Why take once a day? You put up a video. I gotta wait 2 days. Because we doing other things, man. We got jobs and stuff. We got families. We got other things we got to take care of, man. We got situations where your car might break down, man. Go ahead.
It says, and they which wait at the altar are partakers with the altar.
Yeah, so the altar is, hold that and give me Revelation, the 11th chapter. And start from the very top. The altar... y'all came to us. So the Most High set up a spiritual altar on earth, which is us, the elders of GMS. Okay, there's a rank and file there. All right? All right, go ahead.
Revelation 11:1. And there was given me a reed like unto a rod. And the angel stood, saying, Rise and measure the temple of the Most High, and the altar, and them that worship therein.
Yeah, the altars are represented as us under the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And them that worship therein are the ones of you that come into this truth. So we're part of that altar, as Paul spoke about in 1 Corinthians the 9th chapter. Go ahead.
It says, But the court which is without the temple leave out, and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles, and the holy city shall be...
Right, the Gentiles, first and foremost, are referring to the other nations. And twofold is talking about Jake's... Didn't the scripture say in Matthew, cast him out as a heathen man? Another word for a heathen man is a Gentile. So you're going to have Israelites that are going to be outside the temple. They're going to have to die and come back. Then they're going to be within the temple. So the ones that are outside the temple are talking about Edomites. Because if you go back to the temple, going back 2,000 years ago, or going back even to the first temple that Solomon built, you had an outer court. So you had other nations that could come into the outer court, but they couldn't go into the inner court. Only Israelites can go into it in the court. Then when you go back to the Levitical priesthood, going back 3,000 years or more, you had the Holy of Holies, and you had one high priest. You have many high priests, but only one high priest can go up in there once a year. During the time of Yahushua, Caiaphas was that high priest. And he even prophesied. Go ahead.
And the holy city shall they tread underfoot 42 days. Got a quick precept. 42 months, the water. This is Isaiah chapter 19, verse 18. In that day shall 5 cities in the land of Egypt speak the language of Canaan, and swear to the Lord of hosts. One shall be called the city of destruction. In that day shall there be an altar to the Lord in the midst of the land of Egypt.
Egypt is America. What is that altar? Is it St. Patrick's Cathedral? Huh? Is it Washington, D.C., the Capitol building? Is it gathering around the Washington Monument, which is a obelisk? It's talking about us, the leaders that the Most High have established. That's why there's so many GMS camps, because the Most High set us up. Read that again.
And it says, in that day shall there be an altar to the Lord in the midst of the land of Egypt.
Look up that word altar. You're in Isaiah, right?
Yeah, the Hebrew word there for altar is mazabak. And it says altar, basically altar.
That's what it says, altar?
Yes, come.
Okay. Okay, there's no more to it. Okay, altar, and we know what an altar is.
It says here, in the holy places as set up by Moses and by Solomon, there were an altar of burnt offering. Yeah, altar.
So we represent that altar right now. Okay? That's where you got this truth. That's where you got this spiritualism from. That's where you got these holy teaching from. Go ahead.
It says, in that day shall there be an altar to the Lord in the midst of the land of Egypt, and a pillar at the border thereof to the Lord.
And the pillar. Now that word pillar is important. I'm going to show you that pillar represent the apostles, the elders. Speak for me.
Right. Right, because it speaks about that. Because you have to, if you have a temple, see, we're a body. We have our head, Yahweh Shai, and then we're all members of that body. But that body, when you go on a physical level, a body is also what? A house. So now that house has to have what? It has to have a foundation, and it has to have certain bearing walls. Right, it has to have a structure, and there's certain bearing walls within there that are like pillars that they hold up the rest of the house. Now, if you go in and to replace something, you have to be able to shore those things up to hold them up. So, because if you take that particular wall down, the whole house is going to come tumbling down. Why? Because you're taking the pillars. Yeah, you know. So basically, you know, if you don't have any pillars in the house is not going to hold together. You know, so the apostles were those pillars. Why? Because they were the pinnacle, so to speak, underneath Yahweh Shai of the foundation, or the soundness of the foundation of this truth. You know.
Yeah, I got a scripture. This is the book of Galatians, 2.
That's what you were doing.
Yeah, I was telling you.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Galatians 2 and 8. It's beginning in 8. It says, "For he that wrought effectually in Peter to the apostleship of the circumcision, the same was mighty in me toward the Gentiles." We know that's the Israelite foreigners. And when James, Cephas, and John, who seemed to be pillars, perceived the grace that was given unto me, they gave to me, the me being Paul, and they gave to me and Barnabas the right hands of fellowship, that we should go unto the heathen, Israelite foreigners, and they unto the circumcision. That was the Jews. Now the part where it says James, Cephas, and John, who seem to be pillars, James is the apostle James. Cephas would be Peter. That was another name for Cephas. And John would be the apostle John, who received all those visions on the island of Patmos. And as you can see, the scripture said they seemed, Paul perceived them to be pillars. All right, pillars. And they were pillars in the knowledge, you know.
Right. So basically, that goes, like we were saying, that goes back to the fact that you have to have a pillar to hold up the house together. So those pillars are the ones that hold things together for the rest of the house. All right. This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation."
Now, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, right? We have kept this word. We didn't take no breaks. Like Elder Gabar was saying out there in Texas, that Yashawan popped up out of nowhere with country. You know, he was there for a little hot 2 months. And now they had, the last time they made a video was like 2 months ago. So that thing was dead, man. That thing was dead. That proves that he wasn't an apostle or a man of the Lord. He'd been out the truth for more than 15 years. He tried to pop back in, and then he disappeared. You don't see him no more. He was there for a little half a second, and then he wasn't there, man. Read that again.
It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience.
Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, go ahead, in which we have. Now somebody tell us that we haven't, man. Tell me when I took off. Yeah, Tahar, you took a year off. When? Give me the fucking date. Nigga. Go ahead.
It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
There's going to be an hour of temptation. Now look that word up, temptation. Because we've been faithful to this word, the Most High is going to keep us from the hour of temptation. Because the Most High, give me Jacob's trouble in Jeremiah 30:7.
Yeah, I have the Greek word here for temptation.
39:86, pyrasmas. Pyrasmas.
It says an experiment, attempt, trial, proven.
So there's going to be a proof, because a lot of you guys know about the chip, right? A lot of you guys, you got the king of the two-thirds, the king of the two-thirds, or the king of the two-thirds, degenerate Yohana. He was set up by these, these Illuminati, one of the fractions of the Illuminati, to deceive the people. That was his job, to deceive people, man. So one of his main things is to get those people to take that chip. Now, Barack Obama is going to implement that chip come March of 2013. Now, that doesn't mean that he's going to make a speech and everybody got to get it. We're going to come to your house. That's when they're going to start really pushing it. That's when they're going to start putting pressure on you. They're going to cut your welfare. They're going to cut your food stamps. You might not be able to get a driver's license. You know, they might do all kind of things. They might not put a gun to your head and make you do it, but they're going to do things to pressure you. They might do away with cash where you have to use it, the credit card and all that. So that's the temptation right there. So now these guys that are under degenerate Yohana and Comfy and Nate, that double two, that's MIA to this day for the last 3-4 months. What's going to happen is those demons, those little minions that follow these demons, these chumps, when the time comes, some of them are going to take that chip because their Lord told them to take the chip. That there's nothing wrong with it. It's not, you're not going against the scriptures and all that. And plus Romans, the 13th chapter says obey the powers that be and all that. But a lot of them, they're going to think, because they heard us. See, their job is to make you listen to them and not listen to us. So a lot of them listen to these guys and don't listen to us, but a lot of them do listen to us when they go on the comment board. And a lot of that truth that we speak is sinking into their brains. So when that chip comes, they're going to have another thought in their mind, man. And a lot of them are going to break away from you, guys. They're going to see that you're false prophets and that you sold out. See, we can see it crystal clear. You guys, you young guys can't see it, man. That's why the Most High set up the prophets. The Most High set up the prophets to warn you, man. Okay? Go ahead, read on, man.
It says, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth.
So that hasn't come yet, but it's getting ready to come. You know? Give me Jacob's trouble.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, and that's the day that's coming, so that none is like it. You know, that's why I said there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation on the earth, since the beginning, nor ever shall be. It says, it is even the time of Jacob's trouble. You know, and that time of Jacob's trouble, that encompasses a whole lot. You know, you talking about martial law, you talking about the concentration camps, the chip, you know, the different torture methods that these devils have. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. You know, and it's gonna be rough. You know, people are going to be homeless. They're going to be starving. They're going to be hungry. They're going to be getting, yep. You know, you ain't getting no gas. You know, you're going to be cold. You know, you're going to be out in the elements. You know, it's going to be bad out here, man. And the average person out there, if they don't have a fast food restaurant around among them, or some, you know, a stove at their house, they don't know how to cook or how to survive. You know. So it's going to get bad out here. It says, but he shall be saved out of it. So there's certain of you that the Lord has reserved to be delivered out of those things. But there's some of you, as the Lord said, my servant shall eat, but you shall hunger. You know, my servant shall be basically the Lord's servants are going to be taken care of. But you out there that's part of the 2/3, you're going to catch hell. It says, for it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him, but they shall serve the Lord their power, and David their king, whom I will raise unto them.
Yeah, now let's go. See, the beautiful thing about an open forum is you don't know what's going to come out. We didn't plan this, but these sweet scriptures are coming out. This sweet food is coming out to you, man. So you better open your mouth and eat it. And the sweet manna from heaven, all right? Coming from the men of the Lord. And I'm not saying in a braggadocious manner. I'm just saying it because it's the truth. Okay, and this is real, baby. Give me the book of Hebrews 13 and 17, and then go to Ezekiel 3 and 17.
This is Hebrews 13 and 17. It says, obey them that have the rule over you, and submit yourselves.
Who has the rule over you right now? Does Ariel have the rule over you? Ariel at one time had the rule over us. Ariel don't got the rule. Ariel is bugged out in his mind right now, man. And until the Most High put the spirit back on him, take that demon off of his right shoulder and put the righteous spirit back in him, he's not going to be in that position, man. Okay, you to obey us. All right, go ahead.
Obey them that have the rule over you, and submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls, as they that must give account.
Now, how do we watch for your souls? By breaking the scriptures down to you the right way. According to the way the scriptures are supposed to be broken down. We're not compromising with the scriptures like Nathaniel 7. All right, and like bubble-eyed blackfish. You know, talking about Edomites can be saved. All right, there's no scripture in that, man. Yeah, there's all kind of holes in his argument. His argument is like a piece of rotten Swiss cheese, man. Degenerate Johanna is a complete buffoon, man. Talking about King Solomon had the mark of the beast, and King Solomon came back as now it says anybody that received the mark of the beast, they're going to receive the plagues. So according to the fact that, let's say that Solomon received the mark of the beast, that means when the Lord come back, he coming back to deliver us, the missile's going to get his ass, right? See how stupid that is? Anybody that follows that man is a fucking retard, man. All you guys, them guys look like thugs from this damn street. Just threw a garment on your ass and put a sword in your hand. You don't know what's going on. You parrots, man. You're a parrot to a Illuminati shield trained parrot, man. All you masses that follow Comfy, man, all y'all, I bet you voted for fucking Barack Obama too, when nobody was watching. And all you, the reason why Barack Obama's back up in there, because you niggas went out to vote, man. There's a guy in my building, man. Y'all know him. I was called Tuesday night. It was all kind of traffic because everybody was trying to get out the damn vote. This guy was arguing with his wife, and he's like, "Come on, baby, hurry up! They're gonna close them polls." That's we gonna close. He got the southern accent. But baby, hurry up! Get on that carpet. They're gonna close them polls. We're gonna have to go put Barack Obama back in there. Barack Obama, he gonna show the horns. He gonna everything's gonna fucking change, man. Cause he ain't got nothing to lose, man. Is he thinking about 4 more years? He want to get back in there? You have term limits, man. Go ahead.
It says, for they watch for your souls.
For we watch for your souls, meaning we make sure we study the scriptures and we break the scriptures down the right way to give the scriptures down to give the scriptures to you so that you can break the scriptures down the right way. Go ahead.
It says, as they that must give account.
Because we got to give account. If we go, hey, Degenerate Yohana, he gonna have to give an account for the fact that he sold out. All right. Nate Satan gonna have to give an account. Comfy gonna have to give an account. Bubble Eye gonna have to give an account. False Prophet 666, he gonna have to give an account. Patak, he gonna have to give an account. Yashawan, you gonna have to give an account. All you guys that were in the truth and then you went back in the world, whether you try to make a comeback or you just stayed in the world, you're gonna have to give an account, man. Because you had an unction, you had a position given to you. But from the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and you turn your back on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. What you think? Hey, when you join the mafia, right, and you want to get out, there's only one way of getting out. That's in the pine box. And the Lord is 1,000,000 times worse than the mob. So what in the hell do you think He gonna do to you, man? Lahab, you too. Go ahead.
It says, that they may do it with joy and not with grief, for that is unprofitable for you. All right, this is in the book of Ezekiel 3:17.
And it says that they may do it with joy. We don't have to do it with joy, man. We can put down the hammer on you too. All right, hold the mic.
All right, this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, verse 17. Yeah, because that's another thing too. You know, sometimes sometimes you may come a little softer, and sometimes you got to come hard. You know, because some jakes, you try to be cool with them and nice with them, and then they don't respect niceness. So sometimes you got to bring the hammer down. That's why you think the Most High was being nice when He told Israel to keep the law, statutes, and the commandments, and Israel didn't keep it. What did the Most High do? He came down with that hammer. Nehemiah kept telling the people, to get themselves together, and when they didn't get themselves together, what did he do? He started kicking them in the ass. He started ripping their beards out their face. He beat the hell out of them. Sometimes you got to get physical, man.
You about to get in that spirit.
Yeah, man. So bottom line, man, is this thing got to be on the up and up. It's got to be, like Elder Tar always says, got to be running like a well-oiled machine. And that's true. When a well-oiled machine is constantly being fixed on or oil put into it or maintained, you got to maintain it. This thing got to be maintained. That's why everybody got to be out there working. Everybody got to be out there opening their eye, have their eyes wide open to see what the hell is going on. Because some of you guys, man, you like just slacking, man. You just laying on the side, man, taking a nap. And you're going to have other men that's out there that's hungry for this truth that's going to run right past you, man, if you don't stay on your P's and Q's, so to speak. So you got to make sure that you're on point with this thing, man. It's not an easy job, but then again, the Lord put the Spirit on you to do it, and to just keep moving through with it, and you could see it. Them brothers, we just came from Texas. Them brothers in Texas, man, them brothers are on point, man. And they're constantly watching stuff. They constantly, no matter even if you might be drinking a cup of wine, you seeing everything around you. So it's you gotta develop that attitude. You gotta develop that spirit. You gotta just keep watching, man. This is Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 17. It says, "Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me." So basically, that's what we're supposed to do. You know, so when we breaking the scriptures down right to you, then we're giving you warning from the Most High. You know, when we tell you about the concentration camps and the microchip, you know, and these things that are coming, we're giving you warning of the Lord, because the Lord spoke about these things. These things that is happening in the world by coincidence. They're happening because the Most High gave the word before.
Let me say this. Now, if you watch my show on Hurricane, entitled Hurricane, it's a 6-part series entitled Hurricane Sandy, a sign of things to come. I don't know if it was part 3 or part 4, where I had mentioned that the Vice President, Joe Biden, made a statement to Chief Justice Roberts when he first took that position of Chief Justice. And it's on the clip. I got the clip and I put it up. I said if I found it, I put it up, and I put it up. And Biden, Vice President Biden, I don't know if he was vice president at that time or a senator or something, or congressman, or he just became vice president. But it was around 2008, 2009. It was because I saw it actually when it actually happened on TV. I think it was on C-SPAN. And he said the microchip being planted in somebody's body, he said, in your lifetime, in your tenure, you will rule on that, whether it's all right to put. So what are they going to do? There's going to be a thing where people are going to buck up against taking that chip, and then they're going to take it to the Supreme Court, and then they're going to say, well, the Supreme Court says it's constitutional. So that's going to give them the go-ahead to basically almost force you into taking that chip. So that's the time of temptation. See, a lot of you guys out there, you get into the Israelite thing, you know, just like your parents got into the Black Panther thing and the Black Stone Ranger thing and the blood thing and the Crip thing. This ain't no thing. This is more than a thing, man. This is the truth. You know, you get into it. A lot of you young guys, you get into it. It's, well, you got to put the garment on. You got to stand this way, and you got to hit that scripture. And it's like something that you do. It's like a dance. It's a choreographed dance for you. You go out to the speaking. You do this. You do the closing salute. You call the white man the devil. You know, you're just going through the motions. A lot of you don't even know why you're into it. It's just something to do until something. Just like you used to wear years ago. People used to wear bell bottoms, man. That was a thing until people started wearing straight legs, man. You wear bell bottoms, you're gonna look like a damn fool, man. Until everybody else start wearing bell bottoms, and then it's all right for you to wear bell bottoms, man. You know? So a lot of you are going through the motions, man.
Right. So it says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning from me. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speaketh to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. And all you false prophet, not some of you, all of you, those people that you're leading astray, their blood is on your hands, man. So you got a greater punishment coming to you, because the Lord said that they that didn't know shall be beaten with few stripes, and they that which knew shall be beaten with many stripes. And you're going to be beaten with many stripes, you know. Because you thinking that you got paid off by the Illuminati, and that you are deceiving the people out there, to get paid. That when all hell breaks loose, you're gonna slide out that back door. You ain't sliding out that back door, man. Because they're gonna put you down just like that they did to them Gadite scouts. They helped take Gad down, and when they finally got the last stronghold of Gad, what did they do? They turned around and put them scouts that helped them in slavery, basically. So you ain't.
Yeah, that's the movie Geronimo. Yep. The last scene of the movie Geronimo, those scouts, they put them in a train and put them back in slavery, so to speak. Put them on reservations, reses as they call it. And the ones that were fighting against the white man, they were sitting side by side with the scouts. And one Gadite said to another Gadite, he said, I forget what he called him, but he said, I will hate you forever. So that's how we feel about, and degenerate Johanna, we know you sold out. We know that you made that deal. We know that you made that Faustian bargain with the devil. Comfy, everybody knows you sold out, man. Nate, we know you sold out until you prove otherwise. All you guys that we believe that said you sold out, we pretty much know that you sold out, man. And it's going to be manifested. And it's going to be manifested very soon. Like I always say, when this devil go down, what you think? You just going to pop out like you did Degenerate Yohana when you had when we had the big council and they were going to put Lahab on the hot seat, and this guy called in sick like the black bitch that he is. And then Mo said, well, I just talked to Lahab. He didn't say Lahab, he said Lahab. I just talked to Lahab. And we were looking at, we were waiting, boy, like hungry wolves, man, ready to tear into that nigga, all right? Because we had the whole Central Command was right there. And what did all them niggas do? They played that damn humble role, man. And a lot of people fell for that shit. And Mo fell for it. And Ariel fell for it, man. I said, man, this is, in my mind, I said, this is fucking bullshit, man. I said, this is bullshit. And then that devil, Degenerate Yohana, said, look, I got a PhD in wickedness. Well, now you got a damn, what's hiding a damn PhD? You have an angelic level of wickedness, man, on the left-hand side. You damn near the devil, man. The devil's over here. Hold the mic, man. The devil's over here. You touching the devil's heels, man. And the Most High might just switch it up and say, Yohana, Degenerate Yohana, you gonna be the devil now, and I'm gonna take Satan. I'm gonna put him right under you, man. And then that black bastard that looked just like what's his name? Idi Amin. You gonna be right there too, man. You all gonna be bunched up with the devil, man. But your Israelites or the Most High will have peace, will have a mercy on you. But I'm going to say, like Lahab said, if it was left up to me, you guys would be busted down, man, forever. But it ain't up to me. It ain't up to me, all right? Now give me 1 Peter, the 2nd chapter, and the 13th verse on down. The key point is in the 18th verse. And then we're going to go back to where you left off.
1 Peter, 2nd chapter.
Yep.
1 Peter chapter 2, verse 13. Submit yourselves to every ordinance of men for the Lord's sake, whether it be to...
In other words, if you get a license, you see a red light, you stop at the red light, right? Whatever. You don't just go in a store and steal. Yeah, you don't go into a store and say, well, this is the devil's store, I'm just going to steal, It also says in Peter to walk honestly among the Gentiles, man. So that in the day of visitation, they're going to glory the Father. And the Gentile, first and foremost, is talking about the Israelite foreigners, then these Edomites. Because you got it, and then it also says, I believe in Romans, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's Romans 12, if at all possible, be peaceful with all men. Go ahead, brother.
It says, whether it be to the king as supreme, or unto governors as unto them that are sent by him for the punishment of evildoers, and for the praise of them that do well. For so is the will of the Most High, that with well-doing you may put to silence the ignorance of foolish men, as free and not using your liberty for a cloak of maliciousness, but as a servants.
Right, as free but not using your freedom as a cloak of maliciousness. We put a brother over other brothers. I'm going to give you the perfect example. Patak. Patak had certain men under him because he saw us before a lot of them other guys, and he put hell on them guys, man. He basically reestablished Motar, which is was that motivational training where they make. Yashawan did that, man. He had his men, if they would come late because the train broke down or whatever, or the car broke down, he didn't want to hear it, and he would make them do 200 push-ups on their knuckles. And them stupid idiots would have did that shit. I said, man, I ain't doing that shit. I remember Lahab at one time when he set up the Central Command, he had that Tuesday administration class. We were all up in there, right? And this one brother, Rakar Moth came in, right? And he came in about 2 minutes late, and Lahab said, okay, brother, you just coming in? Okay, he looked at the clock, looked at his watch, and he said, okay, brother, that's a $25 fine. And then I looked at Lahab, I said, what? I said, I wish that nigga, I said, you know what, I'm going to come late next week. I'm going to see that nigga, see if that nigga give me a $25 fine. And next week I came in late, that nigga didn't say shit, man. I said, I wish a nigga would fine me $25. And one thing about me, they used to, when they used to say certain shit that was wicked, they used to look at me because they knew I was gonna run right to Mo. I would tell them first, and I would run right to Mo and Ariana, and I'll say it boldly, man. And they'll bring Lahab there, and I said, Lahab, you a goddamn liar, man. You said that yesterday, man. All right, go ahead.
But as the servants of the Most High.
And there was one time when I was younger, man, I was boxing and shit. I got so mad, them guys thought I was going to jump on all of them, man. We had a council with the top heads, man. I got so mad, man. Them guys stepped back. And then Mo said, calm down, brother, calm down. I remember when I went to E-Man Issa's lair, when he was big at the time in Brooklyn on Myrtle Avenue, man. And Lahab came, Shaw came, Ariala came. Who else? I think Yawanathan, that's another demon. And I believe Barak came, and I was so mad, and Iman even saw it in my face. It was like my spirit was like, I'll kill your fucking ass in front of your congregation, man, and then I'll fuck up your fucking whole congregation on a physical level, man. And that's how I thought. Because when you're young, you think you can beat 1,000 men. You know what I'm saying? So back then I was like that, man. Go ahead.
It says, honor all men, love the brotherhood, fear the Most High, honor the king. Servants, be subject to your masters with all fear, not only to the good and gentle, but also to the froward.
Also to the froward. So we can be hard on you, and you got to deal with it, man. The scripture says, endure our hardness as a good soldier. You know?
For this is thankworthy, if a man for conscience toward the Most High endure grief, suffering wrongfully. For what glory is it if, when you be buffeted for your faults, you shall take it patiently? But if when you do well and suffer for it, you take it patiently, this is acceptable with the Most High.
So that's it on that, all right? So now, anybody got anything? All right, go ahead.
Okay, this is back in Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, and that no man take thy crown. Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my power, and he shall go no more out. So it says, him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my power, and he will go no more out. You know, as we were reading before in the book of Isaiah, the 19th chapter, where the Lord said he would build that altar and he would set up pillars. You know, so that's why it says, him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my power, and he shall go no more out. And I will write upon him the name. That's right. He shall go no. So you can't.
Fell out. That means you wasn't the pillar.
That's right. Because basically the foundation of the elect, the ones that are predestined, is sure. You know, so the elect is not going to fall out. You know, no matter how much hell is put upon them, no matter how much misery they go through, no matter what adversity they may be faced with, they're not going to fall out. You know, they're going to hold on because the Lord's going to give them that spirit just to keep going forward. You know? So it says, and I will write upon him the name of my power and the name of the city of my power, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my power. And I will write upon him my new name. All right, so now I'm going to go back to Isaiah 17. It says, Isaiah 19 and 19. And that day shall there be an altar to the Lord in the midst of the land of Egypt, and a pillar at the border thereof to the Lord. And it shall be for a sign and for a witness unto the Lord of hosts in the land of Egypt. Why? Because when the Lord has us out here, and when he sees us out there doing the work, he remembers the covenant that he made with our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It says, for they shall cry unto the Lord because of the oppressors. And we're crying unto the Lord because of the oppressors, the things that Esau is doing, the bad food that he's putting out there, the pollution that he's putting out there, the way the water's polluted and the air's polluted, you know, the way that this society is totally corrupt, you know. And when we cry unto him, when we pray to him, and then we also cry unto him in our spirit, You know, sometimes you groan in your spirit, like the scriptures say that there's things that you groan in the spirit that cannot be uttered. You know, but the Lord knows, and the Lord sees it. And then you have spirits as in the spirit world that have been put to death, you know, that are up there in the heavens crying unto the Lord, asking him, how long is it going to be before the Lord destroy this place and bring vengeance upon our enemies? It says, and he shall send them a savior and a great one, and he shall deliver them. And that's Yahushua, you know. And then you also the saviors or the judges will be the men that the Lord set up, you know, like the elders, you know, and other men that are set up in certain positions to watch over the flock. It says, and the Lord shall be known to Egypt and to the Egyptians, and the Egyptians shall know the Lord in that day, and shall do sacrifice and oblation. Yea, they shall vow a vow unto the Lord and perform it. And that's not talking about physical sacrificing. That's talking about the sacrifice, like in Romans the 12th chapter, where it says to present your bodies a living sacrifice, right, wholly acceptable to the Lord. Meaning, that when you do that, the Most High is very pleased with that.
Okay. Now go from there to Revelation, the 2nd chapter, the 16 and the 17th verse.
Revelation chapter 2, verse 16. It says, repent, or else I will come unto thee quickly, and will fight against them with the sword of my mouth. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. To him that overcometh will I give to eat of the hidden manna, and will give him a white stone, and in the stone a new name written, which no man knoweth, saving he that receiveth it.
Yeah, that's one of the pillars. He's going to give you a white stone. The stone is a foundation, a rock. White represents purity, man. He's also going to give you this manna, but it's all spiritual, and he's going to give you a name that no one knoweth except he that it was given to, that gets that name. So the ones of us that remain in this thing, it says in Matthew 24, he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved, man. We know a lot of guys, man, that came in and went back into the world, and we know a lot of guys that try to get back in, and they got back in for a little half a minute, and then they disappeared again, man, because there's no foundation. All right. So I mean, you know, the Spirit got on us to give you this lesson. You know, we got a few more minutes. Anybody got any scriptures? You can bring it out. You got another scripture?
This is same chapter, Revelation 2 and 5. It says, remember therefore from whence thou art fallen, and repent, and do the first works, or else I will come unto thee quickly, and will remove thy candlestick out of his place, except thou repent.
Yeah, plain and to the point. And that Revelation 2 and Revelation 3, if we had time, we'll go through the whole thing. Because all these churches, these were the 7 churches of Asia Minor. These were the Israelites that were left. Because all the apostles were put to death except for John. And it was John that wrote these letters to these 7 churches, okay, which we have today.
Revelation 3 and 6. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. And to the angel of the church in Philadelphia write, these things saith he that is holy, he that is true, he that hath the key of David, he that openeth and no man shutteth, and shutteth and no man openeth. And
part of the key is to break down these scriptures, but the main thing is the name. The main thing is the name. So a lot of these guys know the name, but they refuse to push out the name. I'll give you some names. Comfy and Nate Satan. And we done made videos on countless videos on Nate. Why doesn't he push the name? And he acts like he never saw the video. And he watches our videos, man. Because he steals ideas from us, man. One thing, I'm going to prove that he watches our videos. All of a sudden, a couple of years back, he started calling himself elder. Even Zabak, now he's an elder. All these guys, well, y'all said that in Texas, man. You know? Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 32. Whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven. But whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven. And when you don't teach the name of the Lord, when you teach the name of the Lord and you do the right thing to the best of your ability, you're professing the Lord to men. But when you don't teach his name, then you're denying him. You know, that's why he said he can't deny himself. But if you don't teach the Lord's name, then you're denying the Lord. You know, you're denying the Lord. You know, and the Lord's going to deal with you, man. Those of you out there that's hiding that name, that precious name that the Lord gave for those that are to be delivered, and those of you that do despite and take the Lord's name and put it under your feet or hide it somewhere or tell the people that that's not the name and you come up with your own name, the Most High he got a special death for you, man. The Most High he's going to rain terror upon you. You ain't seen terror like the terror the Lord's going to bring upon you guys that's playing around with his name and the name of his son. You know, who's sitting up there in the heavens waiting to come down here and take this place out. You know, and he got to suffer clowns like you doing what you're doing to his name. And the Most High is going to get you, man. You know, we wish we can get you, man. You know, but we got to wait on the Lord. Because if it was up to us, man, we'd be out there on your ass right now. But we can't do it. You know, as much anger and as much frustration as we have inside of us, man. I mean, over the years, you know, the Lord has mellowed us out. You know, we're kind of a little calmed down. But we really want to go through you, man. You know, and take you out, man. Like Elijah did, you know, to those prophets, man. We like to just take all of you and skin you alive, man. But we can't do that yet. We have to wait on the Lord. You know, so those of you guys out there that's playing with the name of the Lord, the Most High is going to get you, man.
Yeah, 2013 could be the year that he starts off erasing you guys off the scene, man. You know? And he may erase this damn devil. Because things are going to get hot, man. It's so bad in Spain that they had on the news, if you watch Euro News, this woman had an apartment that she was paying a mortgage on and she couldn't pay it. A young woman, pretty woman, man. And they sent her eviction notice and she went out to the balcony and just jumped off the damn out of her window, man, and then killed herself, man. And then they had the people, man, crying and basically cursing out the bankers. See, when you do wickedness, man, you can only hide for so long. See, everybody's pinpointing you now. Everybody's got the flashlight or the spotlight on the bankers and the government, man. Now, this situation, if the producer wants to put this in, there's a lot of news clips of these Edomites out there in Long Island, out there in this one place called, what's the name of it? I was speaking on it. There's a lot of firemen and policemen that lived out there. There's a community of policemen and firemen. It's right on the tip of my tongue. With Breezy Point. Now, I found out that place, if you go up in there, you can't even go in that community. You can't even go hang out or say, you know, let's say there's a cop named Officer Smith. And you say you're going to see, you can't come up in there unless you make I think it's one part of it or the whole area. But it's a gated community where you got to be on the list. Your name is John Smith. Okay, let me see if you're on the list. All right, you can go in and we're going to escort you to this guy's house. So all you damn devils that were living your life, making sure you wasn't living around Jake, that hurricane got your ass, man. And now a lot of you damn devils, you're feeling like the people out there in Katrina, in New Orleans, man. Where you were talking about where FEMA at. That's what you crackers. Where's FEMA? Out there in Long Island, the Long Island Power Authority, LIPA. They can't even find them people, man. They're going on 2 weeks, they can't get no power. And you people got money, but you can't do nothing if you ain't got no power. And then you got Edomites saying, I call them every day, 10, 20 times a day, and they don't answer. Then FEMA represents Federal Emergency Management Agency, right? They're supposed to come in when all hell breaks loose. Do you know they had a sign up on one of the offices saying FEMA is closed because of the weather? What kind of shit is that? See, all you idiots that partook in this democracy system, this voting system, see, they do real good. Your politicians do very good when everything is flowing, man. But when hell breaks loose, that's when you're going to know. You had this clown, Mayor Doomberg, I call him, basically he wanted to have the marathon because he wanted to appease these crackers from France and Germany and different parts around the world. And this dude had set up this devil had set up two generators, right? And I'm thinking this is a generator, you know, the one that you pull. These generators look like a damn small house. And they were saying on the news that the one generator can give electricity to a whole project apartment. So basically the Edomites were cursing his ass out because there was like 20 people that got killed that they still haven't found their bodies out there in Staten Island. I've been to Staten Island, all right? I know how Staten Island is. But I can see how the water done messed them up. So now basically he's saying we're still going to have the marathon. And them crackers said, no, you ain't. And then the start of the marathon is in Staten Island, man. They would have been shooting them damn marathon runners, man. They would have been throwing rocks at the marathon. They would have been running them over with cars, man. And then this demon, Doomberg, went back and said we ain't going to have it because of that pressure from the people. So they see your true colors, man. Now you going for you Negroes, you tribes out there, and you Latin tribes. Another big block that put you in office was these Latin tribes, man. All right? Because he had that thing where you can, I forget that program that he set up where you can stay here even though you were born in Mexico, or I forget the name of the but it'll come up, you'll see it on the screen. But basically the Latin tribes put him in. Jake put him in. He had a block of the women. A lot of women put him in, you know. Now, but Jake was number one. But now you're going to find out that this man, Barack Hussein Obama, is a Hamitic devil. And you're going to start catching hell, man. There's a thing that they've been talking about in the news, and he's trying to get Congress and the Congress together, which is the Senate and the House of Representatives, to get together because something's coming down the pike, and it's gonna. If they don't do nothing, you're gonna feel the effects of it in a terrible way January 1st, and that's called a fiscal cliff. In other words, they're gonna have to cut. They're gonna have to raise taxes like on everything, man, and then they're gonna have to cut spending. There was one article I read that they're gonna, most of them government jobs they're gonna cut. They're gonna lay off a lot of them. They're gonna get rid of a lot of them government jobs, and a lot of these private sector jobs they're gonna get rid of, and a lot of these businesses that people have a couple $1 million or $100 million. When they get hit with that bill for that Obamacare, and they got to pay for every employee, they said it don't make no sense. I might as well just close the business down and live off the money I got. So this Obamacare is going to cause a lot of businesses to go out of business, and a lot of the super rich are actually leaving the country. You got guys like Mark Farber. You got this guy, the other guy, not Salente, the other guy, the guy that you don't like. Yeah, Matt Kaiser. He lives he'll go back and forth from England to China to France or whatever. I think he's in France right now. Salente too, I believe he's out of the country, but he's got his office upstate New York. These celebrities well, they got their homes, summer homes out in different countries, and they're staying out there in them different countries. What's this other guy? There's one more guy. Peter Schiff is another one. You know, every time they don't like to put him on these financial shows because all he has is nothing bad. Everything he says is nothing bad. Is nothing but bad against America, and that financially this place is going down. Then there's another one. He wears a boat. Webster Topley. He's another one. But there's this other one that I listen to too.
The guy with the bow tie?
Yeah. What's his name? Roger something. Roger. Roy Rogers, something Roger, and I listen to him too. And he basically lives among the Moabites, man. Most of them guys live among the Moabites. Live in Hong Kong or Taiwan, somewhere, Singapore. So they know. Hey, the Rothschilds ain't living out here. Rothschilds ain't coming to the River House like he used to on 52nd Street off of the FDR. He's in England, man. You know? There's nothing to see here anymore, you know? This place is done. America's not coming back. That bullshit that Barack Obama is giving you is a damn pipe dream, okay? That's ready to burst. But anyway, with that, we're going to say shalom. Keep watching and get, buckle in, man. Tighten up. Don't lighten up. Tighten up. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.